A fun topic? Okay, everybody, you know how it is. Motion pictures have a lot of great quotes, a lot of great one-liners, a lot of great little inspirational things that take place or are said within them that we all hold on to and gravitate to, and a lot of times regurgitate in life. So today I thought I would put together my top 15 movie quotes and just throw them out there, basically so you guys will leave your quotes down below. Before I roll it, you're probably going to notice most of the quotes that mean something to me are like little life inspirational ones, the ones that give you like a moment of thought or a moment of reflectiveness or something to think about. So that's just me. Yours don't have to be that way. That's just mine. So I hope it doesn't come across as preachy or any kind of shit like that, but it is what it is. Let's roll. I have a little string of them here from the same motion picture, and that's going to happen a couple times within this show. Anyway, here we go. We're talking 1983's Rumblefish. Great quote from the one and only Rusty James. Talking isn't doing. One of those sayings I love, one of those sayings I think is the coolest. You can talk about shit, but if you don't do shit, well, what difference does it make? You want to start building a house, a band, a car, whatever. Talking about it doesn't mean anything. It's about doing it. So if talking isn't doing, gotta love it for that. Also from 1983's Rumblefish, spoken by the immortal Motorcycle Boy. You know, if you're going to lead people, you have to have some place to go. That's right, folks. A lot of times in the world, a lot of times within family groups, relationships, whatever, somebody always wants to step out there, be the predominant factor, be the person that's kind of leading the way. But as I always say, if you're going to lead, you got to have some place to go. If you don't got a plan in mind and you're just spitting shit out in the wind to sound important, well, you're kind of a dick. Also from 1983's Rumblefish, another quote by the one and only Motorcycle Boy. And away we go. Blind terror in a fight can often pass as courage. That's right, folks. Sometimes things aren't what they seem. And that quote kind of always stuck with me. And things might look one way, but in reality, what's behind them is something totally different. So don't ever take things just at value of what you might be seeing. There might be subtle reasons underneath the layers that make things appear a certain way they might not be. So, there you go. 1995, Strange Days, quoted by one Mace to one Lenny Nero. Memories are meant to fade. They're designed that way for a reason. Is what it is, folks. Sometimes you know people in your life or friends or whatever, and they just hold on to things from the past and they just keep reliving it like that was a better time, like that was a better place to be. Well, those things are in the past, and the future is where you have to make your home. So, it is what it is. Great quote. Always loved it. Let's keep rolling. Along that same line from 1984's Buckaroo Banzai, spoken by the immortal Buckaroo Banzai himself. No matter where you go, there you are. You can sit there and dream about a job you once had or a neighborhood you once lived in, and those are all valid and wonderful memories. But the job you're working now, or the plans you might have a job for tomorrow, or the place you're living today, that's where you got to kind of put yourself at and focus your attention. So, is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, from 1989's Roadhouse, the one and only Swayze, playing the one and only Dalton. Be nice until it's time not to be nice. Yes, I hope I said that right. Doesn't make a difference. You know what I'm talking about. In life, sometimes people just get a little bit defensive off the get-go. Doesn't matter if it's with a boss or with a family member or a friend. Just be nice. There might be a time when you have to change your attitude. Be a snarky asshole. Be a little bit of a dick. It happens. But until that time comes, be nice. It's just that easy. Oh, 1983's Return of Ye Old Jedi. Spoken by that little short green man, loaded with knowledge. Do or do not. There is no try. Too many times in life we all can just sit back and say, well, I tried. And when you say you try, kind of just are saying, well, I gave a half-ass effort and that's good enough, right? No. If you give yourself that out, you'll always find that out. So you do something or you don't do it. If you do it, yes. If you don't, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I failed. It's just the way it goes. Oh, Oh, I'm going to have some fun with this. 1979's The Black Hole. Yes, that little robot Vincent was brilliant. He said some great things. One of my favorites was, "A wolf remains a wolf, even if it hasn't eaten your sheep." Always be careful, people. As I tell anybody, watch how people treat the others around them, especially their kids. Always pay attention to that. Somebody might be kissing your ass one minute. Guarantee if you see them treat other people bad, sooner or later they're going to treat you bad too. Basically, careful who you surround yourself with. Simple message. Also from that little guy Vincent from 1979, a quote I love. There are three basic types: the wills, the won'ts, and the can'ts. The wills accomplish everything, the won'ts oppose everything, and the can'ts won't try anything. I guess that kind of sums us all up to a degree. And sometimes we are wills in some places, and sometimes we're won'ts in some ways, and sometimes we're can'ts. But we kind of fall into those three things. And hopefully we try to land in one more often than the other. But great quote, kind of loved it. Is what it is. My next favorite is by the almighty Eric Draven. I know this saying's been around in some form or another for eons. It is what it is. But from 1994, "Mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children." Oh, what a beautiful line. I know it's been around. They kind of just changed it a little bit for the movie. But what a beautiful, beautiful thing. Remember, folks, the most important thing on planet Earth is your kid. And to your kid, you are almost that wonderful deity floating in the sky, because you are the can say no wrong, do no wrong creature. And if you're the one that says and does things wrong, especially to them, or you're mean, or you're inconsiderate, you can damage them really easily. So, great quote, always loved it, is what it is. Oh, here's another one that I love. From 1982's Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Spoken by David, but it's supposed to be a recounting of what Kirk actually said to Saavik, so put all that kind of crap together. But the saying is, how we face death is at least as important as how we face life. And I always thought that that was one of the greatest quotes I had ever seen and or heard. Because the one thing that you can guarantee is, the longer your life goes, the more things are going to happen where that ugly D word comes into play. Family, friends, whatever. It just is. So, beautiful quote, well spoken, well said, in a fantastic motion picture. From 1973's Magnum Force, uttered by one Harry Callahan, "A man has to know his limitations." That's right, folks. It's great to be driven. It's great to push yourself. It's great to go as hard as you can at whatever it is that you want to do or you love, but you have to know sooner or later when you're pushing the machine past point what the machine can handle. It can damage yourself, it can damage others around you. You have to know when you have to say, done. From 1989, a motion picture that was truly shit, to be brutally honest, and the biggest letdown in the series of the original cast by any stretch of the imagination. But there was a great quote, and there was a great line, uttered by the one and only, once again, Captain Kirk. Shall we? Pain can't just be taken away with the wave of a magic wand. They are the things that we carry with us, the things that make us who we are. Brilliant. The good experiences and the bad experiences of life are the ones that make you who you are. So everything bad that ever happened to you or painful is what builds you to have the character and the strength to move ahead. And if you try to always forget and wipe those things out of your memory, act like they didn't happen, well, you might not be prepared for the bumps in the road that come up. 1972, The Poseidon Adventure. Uttered by the one and only great Gene Hackman, who we just recently lost, sadly. But when he was playing the preacher, minister, whatever the hell it was, I always say it wrong, whatever. He had a great quote that I always loved. Let's do this. Don't pray to God to solve your problems. Pray to that part of God within you. Have the guts to fight for yourself. Now listen, people, if you're religious, it's not a big thing. I'm not saying it's the bad thing to pray or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But it's a good thing to have self-resilience. It's a good thing to say to yourself, okay, here's the moment, get off my ass. Stop looking for somebody to save me and try to do the best thing to save myself. If you got the effort and the belief to get out there and say, hey, I'm ready to stand on my own, fucking stand on it. Nothing wrong with praying too, don't get me wrong. But it's always good to have that kind of, well, inner determination. Okay, I'm going to throw in a little bonus into this thing because I just think this movie was loaded with cute little one-liners. Yes, a lot of people shit on the movie. Yes, I get it. I get it. It's not the greatest motion picture ever made, but for me, it was always fun, and there was a lot of little cute lines in it. We are talking about Circle of Iron with the one and only David Carradine. Some great quotes when he played the blind man. I'm talking about tie two birds together, and yet they have four wings, they cannot fly. You cannot step on the same piece of water twice. Each moment that passes changes you. You cannot possess even yourself. How can you possess anyone or anything else? I mean, how cool are those lines that you hear in a motion picture like that? There's so many little life quotes and life lessons that you could take from those things that they're out there. All you gotta do is take a little chance, take a little listen, and you'll find them. So great movie, great quotes, is what it is. Let's get going to number one. And yes, number one. Really, if anybody knows me and or this channel, there is nothing that is going to surprise you about this quote. It's really a diatribe, a dialogue, or whatever you want to call it, a go-off. I don't care. But to me, it's the greatest moment in motion picture history ever as far as inspirational quotes go. So, let me read from 2006's one and only Rocky Balboa. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, we'll beat you to your knees and keep you there if you let it. You, me, nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. This is probably one of the most famous movie whatevers that I can ever think of. There's a million people out there that repeat it. There's a million people out there that have little GIFs and everything on Google about it, have little plaques on their wall with it. And you know why they do? Because it's fucking great. That's why they do. Because it is one of the most inspirational, powerful speeches ever given in any kind of motion picture at any time. So, it will be supreme. It'll reign supreme. It is the supreme quote in a motion picture that I've ever heard of. Okay, everybody, leave some comments below. Tell me what your favorite quotes from a motion picture are. Mine were mostly like inspirational life hack type of ones. Give me the ones that you like. I don't care if it's go ahead and make my day. I don't give a shit what it is. Just, hey, I'll be back. It could be anything. But the quotes that meant and stuck with you that you got from motion pictures. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Be kind to a stranger. Be there for a friend. But never, and I mean ever, in the words of the immortal Reverend Herschel Happiness, take any bullshit from anybody. See you soon.